What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Megan, how was your weekend?
It was great. It was very relaxing.
Was it? It was fantastic. I can't believe today's Monday. It feels like a Friday to me.
I wish it was Friday.
Don't you wish it was Friday? No,
I do.
It's Monday. I love Mondays. We're going to dive in. We got some topics to talk about here. So first, we'll start with Google launching VEO. So that's their competitor to Sora, ChatGPT Sora. If you don't know what either of these are, that is literally the model where it creates insane 4K video. So you can say, create me a video of a unicorn skating up a vert ramp, and it will literally make a fucking video that looks like a real unicorn going up a ramp, which we showed to you guys before.
I was going to say,
let's show it again. Pop it up on the screen. Pop it on the screen.
Yep.
Watch this. How insane is that? That's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, it is crazy.
But now Google's VEO, which I love that you kind of pointed out, VEO it doesn't, not that it stands for it,
right.
but VEO,
is voice engine optimization.
Right, so it's very clever of Google. But see, the interesting thing that's gonna happen here, which I'm so, it's crazy to be at the place that we are in the world. Like, I remember growing up and having a brick Nokia cell phone, right? With some fucking 50-cent ringtones on my brick Nokia cell phone.
50-cent ringtones.
100% in the club was on my Nokia. 100% in the club.
How old were you? 13?
I don't fucking know. Yeah. But I was young. And so anyway, but to see technology now, our kids will be able to create a video of Donald Trump skiing down a fucking mountain with heart boxers on.
Seriously though.
Anything.
Actually, to that point, the event that we were at last week, one of the speakers was talking about how the younger generations are always watching, and he has kids, and he is always on social media and in the tech industries, and he was scrolling through his phone and found a few videos of his kids being the same way that he would produce content, or going on, and he's caught them, same thing, using ChatGPT or different AI methods.
Right.
And he was saying that the younger generations, we are lucky because we grew up where technology was slow at first, and then it ramped up really fast, right? So we were able to learn, but this is all they know. And it's only going to get more and more advanced.
It's crazy. Thinking about obviously my kids are Gen Alpha, right? But when my kids are taking exams or tests, it's how can there be tests anymore? If I was a kid right now, if I was in high school right now, I would be an A++ student. A++.
Would you?
Because C's get degrees, y'all. C's get degrees. We all know that.
Oh,
but literally, God. They're like, think about it. It's I have a test coming up. Dude, people with the iWatches, you could do so much shit now.
But it's also why would you retain information if it's just given to you? And I think that's the more concerning part.
I remember, I don't know if you ever had this. By the way, we have a live audience here. It's wild. We have a live audience here. First live audience we've ever had here.
Yep.
But Rob, we might have to pan to them later. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a pan later. But literally, it's insane that when you think about it, at the end of the day, I remember my math teacher, when I was, I think in sophomore year of high school, she was like, don't rely on a calculator. Don't rely on a machine to give you answers. Learn all these different equations in your head, or how to do them in your head, or on paper. And look at it now.
Here we are today.
I would
I use a calculator. Do you?
Not only that, but we don't do anything anymore.
No, we really don't.
ChatGPT and Google search, we don't have to think about shit anymore. It's crazy. So
yeah, I feel like it's making people lazy though too, and I'm a victim, or I'm guilty of it actually. There are so many times where I could easily go and create something on my own or look up the answer on my own, and I resort to ChatGPT or even Google's generative AI to just give me the answer. It's lazy, but
that's the way of the world.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, it's important that you are looking about how you can set yourself up and your business or your brand for voice and just overall just generative search like this. Because at the end of the day, this is the future, this is the way. People are not going backwards. Bottom line. People are using ChatGPT. I personally, I don't know about anybody here in this room, I don't fucking ask any questions I don't go to Google for certain questions anymore. Literally.
You go to ChatGPT?
No, literally the other day, no joke, because I was recovering from being sick, I asked if I could take Dayquil and a Claritin to ChatGPT, and it gave me it said yes, and it gave me any potential intersections between taking these two medicines and what could potentially be an effect of it. If I was on Google, I'd have to search for that.
And then you'd have to go to different websites, look to see if it even has the right information.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So literally this gave me everything and more than I wanted. So I'm just saying, your business has to be prepared for these things because that's what people are doing. They're not just going to search engines. Now they're going to this generative,
generative
AI
search,
models,
right.
and they're asking it questions because they're getting like tailored, exact responses.
And
like
what we've been saying, we said this last week too, but organic search traffic is decreasing because of this. More and more consumers are using AI to get the answers to their questions. So it's something to be mindful of. Google also released Gemini into its education suite. So if you aren't really sure how AI works and you're trying to figure out how to get those workflows into your business, you can go ahead and take a class now, a free class, and I highly recommend it because it's only going to get more advanced.
I don't want to be controversial, but that's like the thing, man. It's like I didn't go to college, right? So I don't know like all the different like the people who went to college. There's a lot of benefits. I look at it from my humoristic mindset. It's like, but if you're not going to college, you're just throwing up on yourself and like having fun and dating and shit. Like the people who are actually going to like become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever else, or even like a serious professional. The crazy part about what college was, in my opinion, versus now is that everything is out there. Like I learned most of my shit on YouTube back in 2008,
right.
But like now, like it's so much more advanced. Like you can learn so much. And you don't have to go to college now, which is so crazy. 100%. So I'm just, college actually for the first time in a long time, there's two crazy studies that blew my mind recently. The one was so 2023 was the first time since 1990, I think like 8, since beer declined 5% in the US.
Yeah.
Beer consumption. I couldn't believe that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe
because everyone's getting all healthy and
wearing
like
there's like this sober movement happening, especially with the younger generations.
Are you guys sober?
Like,
yeah.
Really?
right
At
now.
the moment.
But like, do you guys know like friends that are like just like I'm not drinking anymore and shit?
Yeah.
Are you guys like that?
No.
Thank God. I was like, what the fuck? but like so many people. And then the second thing is that most people are not going to college as often anymore.
That's very true.
Which back then was like controversial, like, oh, you're not going to college?
Nobody wants to spend the money and be so in debt when you can learn what you need online. And then also, there's jobs or careers
even need
like
it.
You don't even need it.
Right.
I'm not asking.
Wait, so is anybody here? So let's do a quick poll. I know you're in college debt. You in college debt?
Lucky.
Yeah.
You're in college debt?
No.
No college debt. No college debt. So we got 2 college debts.
Mine was very small because
all
I
right.
went to like an audio engineering school.
Okay. So anyhow, boom. Okay, but the thing is, to your point, right? Most people are in so much college debt.
Yeah, I mean, and then is it worth it?
But also, tell me this. This is the one thing that doesn't sit well with me, is like, as a business owner, right? If a business owner goes to get a loan and wants to take out money to start a business, right? And if they default, they can technically file Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
You can't do that on your student loans.
Right. But so that's what I'm saying. It's like you could build a business, take out all these loans, but if you fail to pay them, then you can file, right? And then boom, whatever. But as a student, how as a kid can you not do that?
What's mind-blowing too, I talk about this a lot with my friends, like when you go into college and you get a student loan, you're 17, 18 years old, like you don't even know how loans work and you're signing up for that, and then you don't know what the outcome is going to be when you get out of college. So like that's the realization that I had. I mean, I went to college and I currently barely use my degree. I went to fashion school.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And here I am. Right. So it's very different. And then I talk to people like
my brother. But how berserk is that? Oh my God.
Who's a younger generation, and he's it's like, do you want to go to college? And he's like, no, because it's not worth it. I could instead start working, get the experience that I need to now, and I'll be years ahead of everybody around me my age. So why wouldn't you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
So
it is
crazy.
interesting. Consumer behavior is shifting all around, and actually this segues into our next topic, which consumer behavior is shifting, and consumers are so sensitive nowadays. It's crazy. Have you heard the backlash with the iPad commercial at all? So the new iPad that came out, it's super thin.
The one that Chris got?
Yeah, exactly. It's super, super thin, and their initial commercial was basically showcasing all of these instruments and art materials and just real-world items that are being
condensed into the iPad.
Condensed into the iPad.
Right.
And which makes sense because it's showing that one small device can do a number of things, but consumers got really upset because they're like, technology is replacing some of the beauty that we have in this world. And Apple came out and said, that's not what we intended. We weren't saying that we're going to replace, the pianos and the art brushes and whatever it may be. It's just that, the iPad can do it all. Yeah, but we are at the same time.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of backlash. They ended up having to take down that commercial and not use it.
Really?
Yep.
And can you imagine how much money they spent on it? Not that
Right.
it matters. They were fucking super stacked.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is just very interesting.
Segueing into the next topic, the thing I want to talk about for most brands and businesses, your offer matters so much. There have been so many conversations we've had with businesses where it's like, I'm doing this and I'm a roofing company and, I'm giving free gutters, or I just want to be selected because I'm a good roofing company for 20 years. And it's like people don't give a shit anymore. People want the best deal. People want to feel like they're getting a great deal and that they're saving or making money in some way. They don't want to just go somewhere and buy something anymore because it's like, just because they need it, right? They want
like, what's in it for me?
Right,
like, that's the question people are asking.
Yeah, and that's why I always go and I always fall back on like one of the things, like most people have heard of Bomba socks, right? Like again, like you buy a pair, yeah, they donate a pair, right? Yeah. So everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna buy a pair of socks. I need socks anyway, but now I'm helping the fucking universe.
Right.
So it's like cool, but at the end of the day, in this case, for your business and your brand, we really need to make sure of one thing. We need to make sure that your business has an offer that is going to make people actually want to get out of bed. So at the end of the day, don't forget that. If you're sitting there, you're like, why am I not getting more sales? How come I'm not growing? What is your offer? If your offer is not growing, if your offer is not competitive, then you're not going to grow in this market anymore. This is the economy of I want a good deal, not of, oh, I'm just going to do X or do X. Like, people want to feel like they're having a good deal, or they're buying because they're giving back. There are so many things like that that have to have attachments to it to make it matter. And if you don't have that, then of course you're not going to be growing. So keep that in mind.
Speaking of a good deal, let's see if you think this is a good deal. Netflix just paid $75 million to host the Christmas NFL games. Do you think that was a good deal? Are they going to get enough traffic to it, or did they overpay?
Netflix is going bananas.
I know.
They just paid Tom Brady $30 million to get told his wife is banging the jiu-jitsu guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you guys didn't watch that? Literally, yeah. They paid him $30 million, and that's what he keeps saying. People are like, yo.
Oh,
like,
the roast of Tom Brady?
The roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
People are like in arms that he got paid $30 million for that day. And he's like, well, everyone told me that, like my wife and the jiu-jitsu guy, whatever. And it's like, okay, but like, what did Kevin Hart get paid for that? Like that guy he takes every shit movie that comes out. So it's like, literally, like Netflix is throwing money everywhere. They have the Jake Paul and Tyson fight is going on Netflix too.
Is it?
Yeah, it says on Netflix. So like literally, even that's going to be on Netflix. There's so many things that Netflix is
I think what was happening is there's so many streaming platforms nowadays, and they're not producing enough content for people to come up with to watch.
But think about this. So they paid $75 million, right? When you think about that, for all the eyeballs that are going to be on those games, you have to have Netflix to watch it. So if you don't have Netflix and you're not using Rob's Pirate Bay thing, Rob's Pirate Bay over there, but if you don't have some sort of thing like that, you have to pay to be on Netflix.
True.
And I don't know. Like,
could you pay for a month though, and just like?
Technically, but
I would pay for a month.
But most people, once you get in on Netflix, like they have such good shit that it's only like $10 or $50. I forget what it is. Yeah. But it's like Planet Fitness.
Little, right.
You're gonna sign up and you're just gonna leave it, and then multi-millions of people are doing this.
Yeah.
So, but do I think it's a good deal for Netflix? Of course, they're doing it.
Yeah, very interesting.
But I think that's all she wrote. Guys, happy Monday. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow us, obviously, and see us anywhere on any channels, on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. We go live on Instagram, LinkedIn. But we'll see you next Monday, guys. Crush your week.